Hello everyone. I'm Sophie and I'm currently at Kechara Forest Retreat, Bentong, Malaysia. And this is the book that I'll be reading from, Tales My Lama Told Me. This is by Pastor David Lai, but the stories within are from our Guru, His Eminence, the 25th Sam Tulku Rinpoche. I'll be reading chapter 9, J. Tsongkhapa, page 70. And before that, let me go to a picture to share with you. There you go. Chapter 9, J. Tsongkhapa, page 70. When I first heard about J. Tsongkhapa during a conversation with Rinpoche, I honestly didn't think much of this Buddha. At the time, I was still awed by the other more exciting Buddhas with their exotic faces and raiments, implements and fierce expressions that seemed to hold greater promise of untold powers. However, everything changed when I learned more about J. Tsongkhapa's history, significance, and benefits from Rinpoche's teachings. Before I knew it, I was inviting statues of Lama Tsongkhapa home myself, making offerings to him, reciting his mantra, and doing his practice. Among all the wonderful things that J. Tsongkhapa embodies and represents, I like the fact that his teachings emphasize authenticity, lineage, pure logic, and reasoning. It is these aspects that I relate to and find that they have great relevance in delivering the original intent of Buddha's teachings. J. Tsongkhapa was just an ordinary monk who became so famous that he was called the second Buddha after Buddha Shakyamuni, the historical Buddha who first appeared on earth 2,500 years ago. His teachings were so influential that they swept all over Tibet, mobilizing the greatest masters, scholars, yogis, and ordinary monks into a major spiritual force. His words cleared confusion and brought unparalleled clarity and understanding to Lord Buddha's teachings. Today, his written works are major classics that range from philosophy to esoteric meditations. J. Tsongkhapa's remarkable life was used entirely to benefit others. J. Tsongkhapa's appearance was predicted in the esoteric Jampe Sagyu text. Jampe is Tibetan for Manjushri, the Buddha of wisdom, of whom it is believed that Tsongkhapa is an emanation. Sagyu is made up of two words, Sa, which means root, and Gyu, which means lineage. This is the root text or root tantra of Manjushri, and in it, J. Tsongkhapa was predicted to come forth and spread the holy Dharma to the world and other realms and dimensions in the future. It was during the time of Buddha Shakyamuni that J. Tsongkhapa became a direct disciple of Lord Buddha. In that lifetime, he was a young boy who went up to Lord Buddha and offered him a crystal rosary. He prayed to Lord Buddha as he made the offering that he may be able to benefit others by his teachings in the future. Lord Buddha was very pleased with this young boy and accepted the crystal rosary. He placed his golden hands onto the boy's head and predicted, "In the future, after I am gone, and when my teachings have degenerated in the north to the land of the barbarians in the land of snows, which is Tibet, you will reincarnate and revitalize and purify the teachings and teach them in a way that will inspire great masters. You will combine my thoughts in such a way that your teachings will become very beneficial to others." As the centuries passed, J. Tsongkhapa appeared in many forms, in different incarnations, to benefit others. His incarnations date back to the masters of India and were known to be great masters of Sutra and Tantra. He was the great Tantric master who used his meditative powers to subdue negative forces in Tibet so that the Dharma could enter and thrive in the country. In one incarnation, J. Tsongkhapa manifested as the highly enlightened Guru Rinpoche, also known as Lopong Rinpoche, or more popularly as Guru Padman Sambhawa. In that incarnation, he was very widely known for establishing the Dharma strongly in Tibet, and quelling negative forces in the country so that the teachings could take root there unobstructed. As Guru Rinpoche, he established the first monastery in Tibet and brought countless benefit to the country. Guru Rinpoche manifested in 8 magnificent forms known as Guru Sangye. It is the 8 manifestations of Guru Rinpoche that represented different aspects of him. Later, Guru Rinpoche predicted that in the future, a famous monk born near China, who is a manifestation of a renowned bodhisattva, would spread the teachings of Lord Buddha far and wide. Guru Rinpoche then passed away and manifested as the great Indian Lama that brought pure monasticism to Tibet, which spread all over the world. This was the incomparable Master Atisha. He had a very inspirational and beautiful life, just like J. Tsongkhapa. Atisha himself entered Parinirvana and ascended to Ganden heaven or Tushita. From Tushita, he descended once more 600 years ago and took rebirth as the great king of Dharma, Losang Drakpa. When the name Losang is broken down, Lo means mind and Sang means good. So Losang means good mind, and Drakpa means famous or well known. Tsongkhapa's ordination name was Losang Drakpa, as in the last line of the Midsema prayer. I bow humbly at the feet of Losang Drakpa. Before he was born, during the 9 months that he was in his mother's womb, J. Tsongkhapa's mother had many incredible dreams. In certain dreams, for example, an emanation of Avalokitesvara, Buddha of compassion, came forth, bathing and anointing the mother's body and helping her into fresh clothes. It seemed that he was saying, "Be ready, for in the future you are going to have a very important guest coming." J. Tsongkhapa's father dreamt of the bodhisattva of power, Vrajapani, residing in his pure realm and forcefully throwing his Vraja at Tsongkhapa's mother's stomach. The Vraja is a scepter representing great wisdom and power. Vrajapani would always have held on to the scepter with a threatening mudra, but in the dream he threw it towards Tsongkhapa's mother and it dissolves gently into her stomach. Tsongkhapa's mother had another dream where a statue of Avalokiteshvara, as large as a mountain, appeared before her and diminished in size as it approached her. It finally dissolved onto her crown, the crown of her head. When the Vraja and statue enter her body, it would create great bliss and happiness for her. So just like that, both Tsongkhapa's mother and father had innumerable auspicious dreams around the time when the incomparable Lord was about to be born. When J. Tsongkhapa was finally born, the earth shook and rainbows appeared all around the house. When the earth shakes or when the rainbows appear during a child's birth, this indicates the birth of a supernormal being or a being who has achieved bodhicitta. At the time of such beings' birth and death, certain auspicious signs like a slight tremor or earthquake will manifest, but on a magnitude that is usually not harmful. J. Tsongkhapa was born effortlessly and with little pain to his mother. Even the neighbors had auspicious dreams indicating an auspicious birth. From a drop of blood that was spilled from the mother's womb onto the ground during childbirth, a holy sandalwood tree sprouted forth. That tree remained for 600 years and is still there to this day. It is the only sandalwood tree in Tibet because, as you may know, Sandalwood trees do not grow in cold weather. They will only grow in hot tropical countries like India. So this was a miracle on its own. From that sandalwood tree, beautiful leaves began to sprout. The leaves had the syllables of Manjushri's mantra, Om Ara Pa Zana Di, naturally imprinted on them, which can still be seen today. You can tell it is not something fake. When you look at the leaf, the imprint is within the leaf itself. There is a darker imprint that will form the syllables of the Manjushri mantra. Some of the leaves feature the shape of the 8 bodhisattvas, such as Maitreya, Samantabhadra, Chenrezig, Manjushri, Vrajapani, and so on. The leaves have the rough shape of these bodhisattvas in the same manner as the mantras. If you look at the leaves, you will know which one it represents. That is, if you know what they look like. Fortunately, the Chinese Cultural Revolution did not destroy this tree, and it is now protected at a monastery called J Kumbum. J stands for J Tsongkhapa, while Kum means body and Bum means 100,000. It is named this way because the temple there actually contains 100,000 images of J Tsongkhapa. Due to the numbers of statues, I would think that there wouldn't be a lot of the big ones, but perhaps thousands of smaller ones. Anyone who goes there and makes a prayer and circumambulates the place will create a very strong connection to J Tsongkhapa. This tree is still alive in the courtyard of the temple. I know this to be true because I recently saw a picture of it. And that is my sharing for today. So if you want to know the rest of the story, join me for my next sharing session. And this is how miraculous a great, being comes forth into the world, that even, while the mother is pregnant with him, that the parents and even the neighbors are receiving signs, auspicious signs of the arrival of a great being. So, and they say that when the great being is born, there's actually not much pain to the mother. And even with our own guru, Sam Tuku Rinpoche, when he was born, the mother did not experience a lot of pain. So thank you for sharing your time with me, and do join me for the rest of the story. And we'll end this with a completion dedication in Tibetan. Jangyo Sencho Rinpoche, Make Panam Geyushi, Ke Panam Pame Payang, Goni Gondu Pewasho, Tony Tonga Rinpoche, Make Panam Geyushi, Ke Panam Pame Payang, Goni Gondu Pewasho, Daso Jini Sapage Wadi, Tandandro Agona Kapadang, Jepa Jesu no Santrapai, Tamping Imporindu Sase, Sho, Ke Wakundo Yandalamada, Dromi Choki Palano Choching, Sadam Nangi Yoterazone, Doje Changi Ngopangatuso, Ke Wadi, Yoduda, Lama Sang Yoduyone, Drowachikia Manupa, Dei Salago Pasho, Choki Kapuso. Tsongkhapa, Chosunam Papewala, Geki Samasiwadan, Tunki Malu Sawasho, Dadam Sengi Dusundan, Drewe Songi Latene, Gewa Losantrapai, Tampayo Riva, Gyushi, Ni Modele Sendele, Ni Migunyandele Shit. Nisentato delle pel, concio songi jingilo, concio songi ngodroso, concio songi trasi sho. Jesu lama kusen rapting ching, nam katrini chochoke padang, losam tempe drum is songi, draw a munsatato ni gyushi. Gari rawe ko wishing come dem, pendan dewa malu goene, cherenze one tensing get soy, shape shidi padu deng gyushi. Home tomping otro malupa, dende dala sel duso, kodan dempa long shot nam, ke paso shik shukten sel. Thank you, and see you for my next sharing.